The much-awaited Big B starrer Bhoothnath Returns comes with some humor, giving an impression of a classic comedy vehicle, but as the reel moves on, the movie fails to remove its previous stains of getting too dramatic, preachy and far-fetched. Whatever the promise shown during the initial reels ends up as a juvenile routine run-of-the-mill political drama which started as a supernatural comedy targeted at the kids, resulting in a fleeting interest for mature audience, probably more for those kids at heart who always want to live in fantasy and die-hard Bachchan fans at the most. The writers start off well with the voiceover of Big B, who finds himself being poked for fun by his colleagues and seniors in the Bhoothland for his incapability to scare even a child during his last visit. In a desperate move to earn his rebirth as a human being and respect from his peers, Bhoothnath strikes a deal with the head honcho of the Bhoothland to scare 10 kids on earth to push his application for rebirth as a human being. Bhoothnath meets a street-smart slum dweller kid in Dharavi who earns his livelihood by showing dirty poor India to foreigners. An instant connect between Bhoothnath and the kid is developed, and we are hoping for some new direction, but enters Bhau, played by Baghban'isation, a typical Bollywood politician, and an absurdity takes over as we see Bhoothnath contest election against Bhau and while doing so becomes preachy. Well, Mr. Bachchan can never go wrong, and this time also the iconic actor does a fabulous job as he is just superb. Big B's energy, comic timings are just perfect. The child actor is a bundle of talent, and it's a great honor to match steps with Big B, and he does it with super confidence. He even gets some good lines. In fact, the first half is interestingly entertaining, full of fun and frolic. Director Nitesh Tiwari, who jointly directed Chilla Party with Vikas Well, does show flair for comedy during the first half and gets good support from his writers. The punches are good, and sometimes the humor does strike the chord and goes into a Raju Hirani, Rishida, Basuda mode, but as said earlier, it's short-lived. Once it gets into political mode, it becomes a routine political masala fare. Baghban'isation and Sanjay Mishra chip in with some great support. Usha Jadhav makes an impact. How can a supernatural comedy probably targeted at the children gets politically preachy and starts giving gyan on voting adhikar and all? And that too done with all the cliched melodrama spoiling the good intention showed during the initial reels. Is this a political film or a supernatural fantasy satire? The far-fetched gyan was not enough. The makers further maligned it by needless use of names like SRK, Ranbir Kapoor and Anurag Kashyap just to give mileage to their preach, which falls flat. Bhoothnath Returns is a supernatural comedy probably targeted at the kids, starts off well, but as it progresses, it ends up as a sad, preachy political drama. The previous suffered from Baghban'isation. This one suffers from a cliched B-town political melodramatic sensation.